Hey YouTube family, it's Nicole. I am so excited to tell you that surgery went great. See what else, like some weird things that happened and where I'm at, what I'm doing. Let's see. I guess let's start with stats. That actually would make a ton of sense. So it's kind of like weirdly dark because I'm like sitting in front of my TV because that's where like the stand is. So please forgive me if I'm looking like weirdly in the one lighted section. But yeah, so let's get started. So on surgery day, I ended up being 233. I was 3 pounds over my goal, but when they weighed me later in the day, which I weighed with my clothes on and my shoes, I ended up being 239. So don't know what happened there because I have a Weight Watcher scale and I know it works. So maybe just the like stress or my body retaining water. Don't know. Don't care. Because as of this morning, I am 226. So if we want to go with 233, because I weigh myself in the morning, 233 was where I was at on surgery day, and then I was 226, so that is a total of 7 pounds. So not bad so far. I know it's Tuesday, so I still have 2 days left for my week mark, and I'll do it again then. But since my highest, I was 245, so I've actually lost like 19 pounds, which is like amazing. Amazing. Oh, I'm so happy that it's working. Now to get into the fun dirty details and how I'm doing and all that stuff, and then I'll probably do another video on Thursday about how my meals are going and everything. But okay, so surgery went okay. It went really well actually, according to doctors and everything, but I had to get a PICC line in my arm, which they just told me to be there at 7:30. They originally said that my surgery time was 10 and my PICC line was at 7:30. So it was going to work out perfectly. It was going to go boom, 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 done. That's not exactly what happened. I got the PICC line at 7:30. And it was funny because while I was laying there, the older woman I went back with, her name was on the screen, and I was like, "Hey doctor, I am not born in 1935. So, and he's like, "Oh, no, you're not. Let's change that." So, like, the fact that I had to correct the doctor is just a little bit annoying because they, like, scanned my wristband and everything. So I didn't understand why that happened. But whatever, no big deal. They got the right name. But anyway, what's a PICC line? For those of you who don't know, it's amazing. Like, amazing. It is an alternative to getting your like IVs in your normal places, like your, lower arm and then like your hands and stuff. It's great because how they do it is they go in your upper arm, and actually you can probably see my lovely bruise. That's a bruise. That is not iodine, that is a bruise. They went in probably through here and stuck me with like this like needle / tube thing, and then they sewed me up and put a thingy on it, and then I had this like IV thing. I did post a picture of it on Instagram, and because I thought it was just, I didn't know what it was. It kind of hurt a little bit because obviously they're going in deep, so it's gonna hurt, but that went really fast. It was like 5 minutes out the door into the surgery waiting room, and then I was told that I had surgery at 11:35, not 10 o'clock. A little bit frustrating, let me tell you. Just because I hadn't eaten anything, I've only been drinking fluids, like, I want to get this thing going so I'm not hungry anymore. And also, when you haven't eaten, at least like with me, I turn into the Snickers commercial, literally turn into the Snickers commercial. And I am angry and cranky, and like people at work notice when I haven't eaten in a while. They're like, "Nicole, you need to go eat something." Now, I think that's gonna go away, just because you're eating all the time, like small meals, but you're eating all the time. So I think that my Snickers commercial syndrome is more because I didn't take care of myself and I wasn't eating when I should. So relax. I didn't snap at anybody. I wasn't mad. I was just frustrated. Like, why is my surgery at 11:35? That means I have to wait a whole nother freaking hour in a waiting room with my mom. That part was okay. It was just the waiting that sucked. Even my mom was, I could tell, was like a teeny bit frustrated, but nah. We got over it. People, we got over it. In fact, they actually took me back to get me prepped and everything early, which I kind of wish they didn't. Just for the simple fact that I still had to wait till like 11:35 to have surgery. So I'm sitting back there without music, and that's usually what calms me down is music. I love music. It's like my drug. And so that, like, so I'm like waiting back there, and then finally they had my mom, and then my best friend showed up, which was awesome, come back, so I got to listen to music for a little bit and talk to them before surgery. And then Dr. Roberts came in, talked to us for a little bit. He's like, yeah, hopefully we'll get you in there by 12. Thanks, Doc. And then he's like, we'll get you in there by 12. And usually it's like an hour and a half surgery. You know, if it might end up being 2 hours just in case. Like, you'll be in phase 1 recovery for about, an hour, and we'll get you in your room. Awesome. Finally moving progress, right? Oh, wait, there's more. Apparently, according to my family, I got out of surgery at about 2:30. So something took a little bit longer down there in my stomach, actually. I don't know what, nor do I care. Apparently it went well, because he went out and told my family everything went great. I woke up in agony pain. I wasn't screaming. I was just like, please give me meds now. That's all I remember. I probably did, like, because my throat was dry, so I probably was just like, please give me pain meds, and I wanted to scream. So they gave me pain meds. I was knocked out for another 2 hours. So it's 4:30 now. And at 4:30, I woke up and I'm not in my room yet. Awesome. Pain's starting to come back because, like, I noticed that the pain meds only work on me for about 2 hours. 5 o'clock rolls around, still in the room. And even the nurses were getting frustrated in recovery phase 1 because they have, like, surgery patients coming in, like, waiting for their rooms and, like, going out, and, like, my room's not ready yet. Finally the nurse got fed up because my family called down, like, what's going on? Is she okay? Like, where is she? So she was just, like, fed up, and she took me upstairs. They were finally, like, they'd, like, just took the bed out. Like, I could see them take the bed out. But by the way, I didn't have pain meds yet. And the bumps and the jumps along the way, like, actually really hurt. The best way to describe the pain that I felt when I woke up and when, going from one point A to point B is like somebody punching your stomach after it's been hit with a bat. I mean, that is like when you're feeling the bump. So your stomach's already hurt from a bat to your stomach, and then they're like jokingly punching it. It's gonna hurt. And I knew there was going to be pain. I've never experienced that pain before. Now I know. And, I'm not regretting it one bit because I know that, once this pain goes away, I'm going to feel, like, a ton better. But yeah, no. So they got me in there. They gave me some more pain meds. I went right to sleep again. And then later that night, I think I woke up. I think it was 8 o'clock. I got more, I think they were like, she took my blood and everything. And I remember my best friend and my parents were both sitting there, and they were like, Nicole, you were hilarious because you told them you had a PICC line. Some doctors don't know you have a PICC line because it's so far up that you can't really see it because your gown covers it. So you have to tell them, like, hey, you don't have to poke me anywhere. Like, I have this fabulous tool right here. You could just suck it out. And it's awesome. Like, they pull the blood out. They stick the pain meds in. You don't feel a thing. Literally don't feel a thing. And that's awesome because I hate needles. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I've gotten so much in my, like, last 10 years of life that, like, doesn't faze me at all. The reason they give you PICC lines is if you have hard veins to find or stick. For example, the day before I had to like give more blood for my positive antibodies, and she had a hard time finding my vein because it was moving. Like when she thought she found it, it would move. And they say that could be from like not drinking enough water. And then I found out later, my dad told me that my Aunt Jeannie actually has the same issue. So that made me feel better, like, hey, it's not because I'm not drinking enough. So yeah, that's why they assigned the PICC line. They had such a hard time. Like I said, I probably told you about my test where it took 4 nurses to find a vein, like to finally stick me, and they went in sideways to get it, and it wasn't like a good enough vein for my future surgery, so they had to, the anesthesiologist felt more comfortable assigning me a PICC line. And they didn't lie. People prefer it. I'm telling you, if you can get a PICC line, get it. It is amazing. They don't have to stick you a million times. They literally go in, suck your blood out, stick you back in, put your IV back in, you're all set to go. Like they only had one or 2 things sticking out of me, but it was like 1 tube. So it was awesome. It was probably the best part of the whole experience, to be honest. Because I was actually kind of worried about that. With the pain going on my stomach, I was actually worried about them trying to find veins and sticking me and hurting me. They gave me blood thinners so that I wouldn't have blood thinner shots in my leg. I have bruises all over because I just was like, just put it in the same spot. Put it in the same spot. If it's all over, I'm going to be mad because it's going to be all over, and I just want it in one spot so I can just feel the pain there. It's a shot so that prevents blood clots, and I understand that, but come on, guys. I'm young. I'm, kicking ass on this, No. So they stuck me with a few blood thinner shots in my leg. That part sucked, but whatever. And then, they make you get up and walk that night. And I walked with my nurse. It was hard to get out of the bed. I noticed every day was a little bit easier. Like by the last day, I think it got a lot easier. Maybe because they pulled the catheter out or something. I don't know. But yeah, no. By the Friday night, Saturday morning, I was able to get in and out of bed. Okay, I was still struggling, but it was better than obviously day 1. Friday morning sucked. I will say, for those of you who do have the sleeve surgery, maybe the R&Y surgery, I don't know too much about that, but if you have R&Y, if you have the gastric sleeve, you have to go in for a test the next day, and that test, they make you drink, this fluid, it's a leak test to make sure your stomach doesn't leak anything, but it's the day after surgery. So imagine my pain when I woke up that day, and the guy rolled me down, they gave me the fluid, and then they make you stand, so you're stretching your stomach, your abdomen, and then they lay you back. So you're literally stretching your stomach, and it hurts because it's like stretching the incisions almost. And they made me drink the disgusting fluid. That part wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's probably just as bad tasting as my liquid pain meds. But that part didn't bother me too much. I didn't like that my first liquid was going down my throat was going to be this thing that was gross. But yeah, no, it really hurt. It like just the stretching. Take it easy. I did ask for pain meds after that. I tried to space out my pain meds so I could get off them faster when I got home. There was one day I waited 6 hours. Shouldn't have done that. If you feel pain, get the pain meds. I just wanted to be away from when my brother got there, and so I waited a little too long, and then I finally did get them, and of course he shows up. And I stayed awake for the most part, and I was a little woozy. I was like, ugh. But yeah, that was no big deal. And then I came home Saturday afternoon. Got some pain meds right before I did my ride home, just because I didn't know how I was going to feel, because I know bumps and jumps kind of hurt a little bit. And yeah, that was my experience at the hospital. I'm already at 15 minutes and I don't want to go over 16 just because it is, I mean, it's an experience. It was I don't regret it whatsoever. I'm actually doing really well today. One day, it's like one day at a time. You take it one day at a time, and the pain gets better. Like right now I feel sore, I guess that's the, I worked out my abs too much at the gym. Like, I guess that's the best way to describe it. Like, and I mean a lot. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel a little bit better, but I'm hoping by Friday I barely feel anything. I am able to get off the couch and off the chairs easily now, and later in the day when I notice I haven't been drinking my protein shakes, my stomach feels funny. Not nauseating, but yeah, but anyway, we'll talk about that Thursday and my meal plan and how this week went, and give you a different stat, hopefully. But I am so excited, and thank you for all of you that posted comments in my last video, and I probably won't do the driving and videoing again because that didn't work out so well. I didn't crash into anybody, as you saw. Bonus! But seriously, thank you everybody for, commenting, talking to me. Like, Cher Bear was talking to me on Facebook. So was Kim Jones, which I'm glad she's out of surgery and doing great. So, yeah, that's it, guys. So, I will see you all Thursday, 2 days, and I will give you an update on how I'm feeling this whole week and how it went with the drinking water, drinking my protein shakes, and everything. So have a good rest of the week. See you Thursday.